Garland, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Fantastic. Another beautiful day out here. Yeah, nice chatting with you. I'm really appreciate that you're finding time. I'm calling to get a little behind the scene, a little informations about your time. I mean, time flies. So you exactly came back a few months ago, but I
Yes.
remember you were sharing pictures. We met a few times at the Stock Plaza. I said, I wanna share really with you, with everybody else around. What do you have to say? How was your time there? Because time flies. That will be close to 1 year. I mean, exactly 9 months where we had our ride in your Model T and the interview and everything. And you were mentioning back then already that you're getting ready for this fantastic experience and event.
That's right. We took a tour up in, well, it was based out of Orange, Virginia, in April, and it was great. It was through the HCCA, which is the Horseless Carriage Club of America, and which means the tour was based on all cars had to be 1915 and older. So there was a lot of really unique cars, and I mean I've been around the antique car club quite a while, let's just say.
Yes, yes.
And there was a couple cars there. There was one car there that I had heard of but never seen, and there was another car there that I'd never even heard of, and it was great to see all these. Yeah, they were everything from '05 to 1915.
Uh-huh.
And just and guys were driving them. I mean, it wasn't, there was no quarter given to a car just because it was over 100 years old. The
Uh-huh.
guys that own these are saying they feel the same way about them I do. If you can't drive it and have some fun with it, what's the use of having it?
Yes.
But I was just looking on this sheet here. I think the oldest car, let's see, I know there was a 1905 Cadillac.
Wow.
And there was a 19. I was looking. There was a Rio there. But I think it was no. It was a 1910. It wasn't
Wow.
as early as I thought. So I guess the 5 Cadillac was the oldest car.
Uh-huh.
And also there was one of the interesting things for me is there was a 1906 Model N Ford, which my father had for
Wow.
many years. It wasn't the same car, but it was one like it,
Yes.
and which was, of course, the car, which wasn't too many models back from the Model T, and it was really interesting to see that. And it was in running condition. Well, it was kind of in running conditions. It was running, but he was having some problems with the clutch.
Uh-huh.
But it made part of the tour, but didn't make it all. But it was just and my nephew, of course, came with me. He does the tours with me, and it's a very time for him to get away from his busy and hectic life.
And that's fantastic. And that's fantastic that
Yeah.
you're getting somebody involved and you're sharing this experience, you inviting. And talking about the tour exactly, remind me, so how many miles, how many days?
Well, it went. We were there longer than that, but the tour days were Monday through Friday.
Yes.
And we did, it was probably about, let's see, 66, 110. Overall, it was probably about 400 miles by the time we did the tour and then all the little side trips.
Wow.
And I was driving the 1915 Model T Ford, which is the one I had that qualified for this tour.
Yes.
And we went, it was, what they do is you have a central motel, and then each day you tour out to a different location.
Uh-huh.
And on this tour on Monday, we went to President James Madison's house, Montpelier, and of course they stay off the highways and go back roads through countryside, and Virginia is just beautiful.
Yes.
And so we did a lot of backcountry driving, even some dirt and gravel roads that really look more like driveways
Uh-huh.
than anything else. But,
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about max speed around what, 35?
Well, yeah, the Model T was one of the more modern cars.
Uh-huh.
Which was kind of odd. But, yeah, I mean, there
That's funny to hear this. That's funny to hear
Yeah.
this.
There's a couple of them that were, maybe clipping along in like 20, but most of the cars that were on the tour were the fancier cars of the day, so they were able to keep speed of, we were traveling 35, 40, between 35, 40 miles an hour, depending on the car.
You were lucky with the weather out there, huh?
Pardon?
You were lucky with the weather out there.
We were. We had one little sprinkle one morning, and that was it. It wasn't even enough to slow anybody down. Weather it was hot for Virginia, but it was not bad. You worry about those kind of things with these older cars when you get into it's too hot or training, because especially with rain on the road, because they're all riding on very hard, very narrow tires, and they don't have much traction sometimes. And of course the heat with the overheating. And we did have some casualties on the tour, cars, not people, thankfully. There was it was a 1913 Franklin that on one of the hill climb days didn't make it to the top and ended up having a couple of cylinders seized up. Which wasn't good. That's going to be an expensive repair. And just others that had minor problems along the road, but no major collisions or disasters, which is always good. But we went all over the place. We the first day, like I say, we went to Montpelier, which was beautiful. It was the President James Madison and Dolly Madison's house when they were in Washington, and that was interesting. And the second day was a big climb day. We went up to Skyline Drive, which, if you don't know it, Skyline Drive it's pretty much what it says. It's a road along the crest of the mountains in that area, and for 100-year-old cars, that's a pretty big climb. Some of those long 6 or 7% grades are tough on these old cars. And a couple of them didn't make it. Either overheating was the biggest problem, or coming down the other side, the brakes were a little sketchy on some of them. But I have a picture of our car up on top of the hill there on Skyline Drive, so I have proof that the Model T took its way up.
Nice. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So amazing to hear this from you and your entire experience, and that something like that is happening, and it's people joining and keeping the tradition. It's just amazing, and this is going for years. Yes.
Yes. Well. There's one that I would like to be on now, but it's just the timing's just not working on me. The Glidden Tour is a big one every year, and it's been going on since. Oh gosh, I think they started the first one back in like the 30s.
Wow.
And now it's any car that's pre-war, meaning 41 and older, and that's a big one. That's a prestigious tour. But it's the touring season is really summertime, which is not great for me. But so I usually get in the ones early in the summer or late in the summer.
Yes.
But of course, most of the rest of the country, you don't want to have an antique car tour when it's snowing.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
And so a lot of the antique car tours in the summer are in Minnesota, Wisconsin. There's one in Maine. There are ones very far from here. They're in California. So it's a long tow to get there. So I have to kind of be selective on which ones I go on, because of the distance just to get there, towing the trailer and the car and everything.
Which is fine too, and definitely everybody appreciate that anybody else joining, and that's how I said that's effort to prepare yourself to get there, to do this. That's effort, how I'm always mentioning to everybody else, and we know about this, that they keep those cars in this condition. There is a lot of work involved behind the scene, and a lot of money and everything else. So that's really something special for automotive world.
Yeah, I would highly recommend if anybody knows of one going on in their area. It's a great place to see the cars that you'll never see anywhere else,
Oh.
especially with this early car tour, because a lot of the brand names, of course, they were early in the automotive industry. There was hundreds of different car brands, and a lot of them like you won't even see now.
And that's
that was
amazing
the beauty
too.
of this tour was that there was two that I hadn't seen. One was called a Pullman, which was to say Pullman was more famous for making fancy railroad cars. But they also made automobiles, and I had heard of them, but there was one on this tour, and hopefully I can get those pictures to you. I know we've had problems.
Yes, I'm looking forward, so I could put them
Yeah.
exactly on the top of our little chart here. How many people you think? How many members did you have on this tour? You think?
There was 54 cars registered.
Okay.
And I didn't ever take a count because
Yes.
they weren't always in the same place because of course we were touring. But I would venture a guess that all 50 of them showed up. 54 of them showed up, and probably about 125 or 130 people.
Nice.
In total. This is one of the smaller groups usually because of the age of the cars. But when we go on the Model T tour, which of course was a very popular car, they made a lot more of them. The Model T Ford Club of America and the Model T Ford Club International usually have a national tour each year. There'll be, well, the one up in Wisconsin that our friend Clay was
Yes.
part of.
It's nice that you're mentioning. I exactly chat with him, and I'm looking forward also for him to find a little bit time and walk me through how was his experience exactly. Wasn't that like a month ago, 3 weeks ago? I think so.
It was the end of July, third week of July, and I think he told me they were expecting 230 some cars, all Model Ts.
That's a number.
And the Model T Ford Club is the same way. The last one we went on that was up in Wisconsin, and there was over 150 Model Ts there. That was they limited the number they could take, and they hit the limit. It's great to see all the Model T guys together, but it's also great to go on other tours where you see all the other cars.
Yes.
You know, of that era. The interesting thing about these early tours to me is you see from 1915 and back, you see all the development of the car in its early stages. And, you know, okay, how's the engine put together? Is it cast in a single casting? Are the cylinders bolted to a cast crankcase? You know, they're all different.
Those details, yes, how they develop over the years.
Each one has a different way of doing the transmission. Each one has a different way of doing the carburation. Each one, the brakes are different. And you look at them all, and you look at some of them, and you think, wow, you know, that's pretty much still how we're doing things. It's just an older version of it. And you look at some of them, and you go, what the hell were they thinking? But you have to realize that there was no standard. There was no, you know, this is normal and that's not, because everything was new. And so you see engineering ideas that must have failed somewhere along the line, because we're not doing it that way now. But you see that early thinking that's so different across the whole row of those cars that it's really interesting. That's what makes it interesting to me. And it's also nice to have one of the newer cars there, and we can go anywhere. And
Yes.
and we ended up stopping a couple times to help people fix their cars alongside the road. I mean, that's what you do. You never go past anybody that stopped alongside the road unless they give you the thumbs up and say they're good. It's the kind of unwritten rule that we're all out there to do the same thing and enjoy the same thing.
Yes.
Let's you know, help each other and help fix whatever needs to be fixed. And you know, you never know how you're going to be able to fix a car. I mean, I may have a piece of baling wire that they need or something.
Yes.
And we put one of the cars back together that was stopped at it broke down. We have an opening banquet, and he drove his car to the opening banquet Sunday night. The tour was supposed to start Monday morning. His car broke down Sunday night. I'm like, well, this is not a good start.
No.
And we ended up, I had driven my modern car to the banquet, and we ended up putting his car back together with a couple of zip ties and some wire that I had in my truck.
That's good. That's nice.
And I said, what are you going to do? And he says, I don't have any parts with me. I guess I'm going to drive it that way the whole tour. And he did.
And he did, and he
I
finished.
said, well, here's a couple extra zip ties in case you need them.
There you go. That's the old-fashioned way. Yes.
That's right. Yeah, you didn't call AAA. There wasn't
No.
any AAA.
Whatever you had in the pocket and in the
That's
trunk.
right. You never go anywhere without some tools and a few spare parts that you know you might need, and you fix it on the side of the road and keep going.
And that was the simplicity. And that was the simplicity of the belt. Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Or you just there's all kind of stories from the guys in the Model Ts that fixed them with whatever they had on hand because they were such simple cars. Making bearings out of old leather belts to get you home and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I will tell you just something again. Going to even right now during of summer, once in a while, I will stop by to some little car show, our guys or something, and when I always hear the little sentence about leaking oil, I'm always laughing because I see you exactly mentioning. Yeah, they told me that my Model T leaks oil, and I said that's good. That's always
that's
good.
A good thing. If
Yeah.
you have a Model T and it's not leaking oil, that means it's out of oil.
I always will be remembered this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Garland. Yeah, I appreciate your time and sharing this story, and it was nice chatting with you.
Yeah, good chatting with you.
Yeah, I will see you soon on one of our car shows there.
I'm sure you'll see you at Stock Plaza with your new car.
Yes, fantastic. Have a great day.
You too.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
All right.